illegal orders. They
Well,
said if you were
why
to
would
give,
they even make a video? Why would they stir stuff
well,
up if Trump wasn't even given any commands? It was illegal.
they said in that video because they think that Donald Trump is a threat to the Constitution.
Okay, but what did he do? What did he do specifically? What did he do to go
Yeah.
against the Constitution?
Yeah, yeah. So he went against the 10th Amendment when he illegally deployed the National Guard in Illinois, according to the Supreme Court. He patently violated the 14th Amendment with Executive Order number 14160 when he tried to take birthright citizenship away from the children born to undocumented immigrants, according to the Supreme Court. He threatened the 23rd Amendment when he said that maybe he wants to run for a third term. Okay. He threatened the 4th and the 14th Amendment when he said maybe it was okay to kill Alex Preddy because he was carrying a gun. He patently violated the 4th Amendment when he deported 300 Venezuelan immigrants with no due process to El Salvador. He also patently violated the 4th Amendment when he attempted to deport a group of Venezuelan immigrants in northern Texas with no due process under the Alien Enemies Act, leading to the Supreme Court once again ruling that he had to allow them to stay here for an additional 72 hours so due process could play out. He patently violated the First Amendment when he tried to get journalists in the Pentagon to agree to an unconstitutional supervenience of the allowance of the military and the
I
government
see you're
to
going down
dictate
your
what they
list.
post or what they can't post.
Okay, listen.
He threatened the Second Amendment when he said maybe we need to try to find a way to to ban any and all gun ownership for law-abiding trans-American citizens, leading the NRA to speak out against him, as well as January 6th. I mean, yeah, his administration has been littered with either patent violations or threats to the Constitution.
Okay, if they actually were, they would have done impeached him. Okay, but they know that
No,
he didn't do any of that. They would have been
that's.
trying to
I mean,
impeach that man.
I just gave you the examples of the
They
things that
do
the
it so
courts ruled.
easily. They try to impeach him over freaking farting the wrong way. Okay, so
Well, the Republicans hold a majority in both chambers of Congress, so they can't impeach him right now. Something interesting that you said there was if Trump did this. Okay, well, no. I just gave you statements of fact. I didn't give you my opinions. I didn't say it's my opinion that this thing that Trump did was illegal. I gave you statements of fact that courts have ruled that these are things that Trump has done that are illegal.
okay, if they were illegal, I'm sorry, I would have seen them trying to impeach him in a heartbeat because the Democrats can't stand him.
You have to get a majority vote in both chambers to impeach. They have a minority in both chambers. They can't do shit.
Okay, okay, I didn't even see where they tried to to bring it up.
Yeah, they're not even going to try to bring it up when they know it will fail.
Well, I know you got your little list there right in front of you. Thank you guys.
Once again, do you agree it's a statement of fact that the Supreme Court ruled Donald Trump infringed on the 14th Amendment with Executive Order number 14160?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. All right,
But
perfect.
now let me
So
ask
okay,
you a question.
okay. So now we agree that they were accurate when they said that Trump's been a threat to the Constitution. That's true. Okay.
No, he's not. I don't agree with that.
How could you
I don't
simultaneously infringe on the
because
Constitution multiple times while not being a threat to the Constitution?
I don't think he is because, like I said, Trump is not no damn
No.
polished.
No. I want you to answer. How could Donald Trump simultaneously infringe on the Constitution multiple times in less than a year and a half without being a threat to the Constitution?
Because he didn't think he was. He didn't feel he was. So he gets a pass. Um,
He just gets, okay. All right. Well, listen, it's their opinion that he doesn't get a pass. Is that treasonous?
um, is that he doesn't get a pass because the Supreme Court said it?
Yeah, is the
No, it's
opinion
not
that
treasonous.
okay, so it's not treasonous to think that Donald Trump is a threat to the Constitution. Okay. So regardless of your personal reservations, thoughts or feelings on what those Democrats said, we've agreed that what they said wasn't treasonous. So now we can agree that Donald Trump called for their execution with no good reason.
Okay.
Can you agree to that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I
Wow.
wanted to
Well,
ask
Jill,
you
just before
this.
you ask me anything, I mean, let's just explore that answer. Okay. If Biden called for the execution of Republicans in Congress with no reason at all, do you agree that any rational American would stop supporting Biden as president?
No, not for maybe for something more serious, but I don't think that's very.
Calling
I
for
don't.
your political opponents to be publicly killed is not serious?
Well, at least he just called for it. The other side's been trying to take Trump out. They're
Okay.
putting
All right.
action to
All
what
right.
they want.
All right.
See what I'm
All right.
saying?
I disagree with you.
Um,
But like, listen, you
oh,
don't
wait,
think
are
it's
you
serious
disagreeing with me that
for
Trump's been tried? They've been trying to take Trump out since
yeah,
day one.
I do disagree with
Okay.
you. Yeah. Okay?
Oh, you
But
do.
just
Oh,
listen to me.
so
Just listen to me.
okay.
Explain to me why it's not that serious for the most powerful leader alive to call for the public execution of their political opponents for
So
nothing.
he said, I want you all to take and unalive these people.
He wants
that
them to be
are-
hung. He said, hang them.
He said, hang on, can you bring that up? I
can't.
want to hear it or see it out of his own mouth.
The president of the United States of America, Donald Trump, is now demanding you need to know. Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social. He responded to a post published by the Washington Examiner titled, Democratic Veterans in Congress urge service members to refuse unspecified unlawful orders by saying that this is really bad and dangerous to our country and that their words cannot be allowed to stand. He then followed that up with a second post that reads, this is seditious behavior, punishable by death. And then he reposted a comment that reads, quote unquote, hang them, George Washington would.
Okay. Okay. Now, does he write his own post or does other people write for him?
Yeah, he wrote that. He signed it as President DJT.
Okay. I have a question. Would you want to bet me that Trump's going to be president in 2028?
No, I'd like to bet you that he's going to be dead in 2028. Probably.
Really?
Probably. Yeah.
Really?
Not because someone's going to kill him, but because of his old age.
No. So what if he is a president in 2028? Are you going to be okay with that?
No.
You're not?
No.
Well, too bad he is. He's going to be president in 2028, okay? Why won't you bet me? If you think he's going to die, hey, why won't you bet me?
Yeah, I'd bet you on
Just
that,
$10.
Jill.
Just
I'll bet-
$10.
I'll bet you 10 bucks, Jill.
Okay. All
So,
right.
so
Now,
you want Trump to be a
2028.
three-term president?
Now listen to what I said. In 2028, okay? So
You're talking
he
about
ain't
winning
even
the
going to
2028
get me out of
election, right?
office till 2029. That's
Right.
an easy $10.
He's going to leave office in January of 2029. I'd assume that you're talking
That's
about the
right.
2028
So,
general
no.
election. Oh, that was just
I
a
love
gotcha.
you.
Okay.
I love you, buddy.
Sorry, I gave you too much grace, Jill. Jill. I didn't take your words literally. I took them a little bit more metaphorically. Okay. Okay, Jill.
I got it. Go ahead.
So you saw the tweets. Can we now agree that, yeah, the most powerful leader alive, Donald Trump, did call for the public execution of his political dissenters?
He felt that they were committing, at that time, he felt that what they were saying was treasonous. So he just put his feelings on what
Jill,
he felt.
Jill.
Now, did they do it? No. Can they do it? No. They just went there.
Listen, Jill, listen. If I think you're a child rapist with no reason whatsoever, do you think it'd be a bad thing for me to publicly call for your execution due to the fact that I think you're a child rapist, leading people not only to believe that you're a child rapist with no evidence, but also leading other people to support you being killed for something you never did? Clearly, that would be a bad thing. Clearly, that would be a bad
people
thing.
do it all the
I mean, the
time.
whole, I believe that they're an enemy to the state. That's what justifies tyranny, fascism, and authoritarianism. Why do you think Putin has people arrested in Russia for drawing pictures of houses with blue and yellow colors? I'm being serious. It happened to a kid in Russia last year. Well, it's because he feels as if that's an enemy to the state. Why do you think he has people killed? Because they publicly voice opposition to his regime. Because he feels like they're an enemy to the state. No, the moment you say, and you allow, one moment, the moment that you allow, okay, and support a leader calling for the execution, the public hanging of people that disagree with him based on their baseless feelings, is the moment that you become a full-hearted endorser of fascism, authoritarianism, tyranny, government overreach, and all the other isms in the world. Okay? Because that right there is the fundamental principle that underpins all fascistic authoritarian leaders throughout history. Take Hitler. Oh, he felt like they were inferior, therefore it was okay. Well, Dean, they weren't actually inferior. Okay. I agree with you, Dean. Jewish people weren't inferior, but Hitler felt like they were inferior. Therefore, I'm going to give him the pass. All that matters here is that these Democrats were not actually guilty of treason and that Donald Trump had no good reason to believe they were. I don't give a fuck if he baselessly felt like they were guilty of treason because he is an incoherent, senile old man who needs to be in a nursing home compared to the Oval Office, due to the fact that there was no evidence for that belief, him calling for the execution of his political opponents is absolutely serious and completely unforgivable.
But what I'm saying is, if it was that serious, they would have been calling. Something would have been mentioned about impeaching him. He felt that that's what they did, and they kind of might have felt themselves, hey, okay, we might have overstepped, our boundary. We overstepped the line. We shouldn't have went there. We're not the commander in chief. We are just politicians now. Maybe we shouldn't have made that video, because
Terrible
look at the
logic.
rhetoric. Hold on, babe.
No, I don't
Look
want you to
at
make
the
a new
stuff
point out
that's
of this.
going on.
I don't
No,
want you to make
no.
a new point out of this. Terrible logic. Do you think that Biden ever did anything that was seriously wrong?
Biden,
Yeah.
anything he did that was seriously wrong. He didn't even do anything that was right.
Just answer the
So,
question. Did he do anything
yeah.
that was seriously wrong?
Seriously wrong. Played a part. Yeah, he played.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he
if that
played
was
a part.
true, then the Republicans would have tried to impeach him. Therefore, I guess he didn't do anything that was
Wait a
seriously
minute.
wrong.
Did you not hear Trump say stuff like, Biden don't even know he's alive? He was throwing hints out to the administration. Don't think
Oh,
he wasn't.
did Obama? Oh, this will be a good one. Did Obama ever do anything that was seriously wrong?
Oh yeah. He ran for president, and he's not even a
Okay.
citizen.
So when did the Republicans
not
in
even a
Congress try to
citizen.
impeach him?
Because they just found out. Trump knew though.
Wait,
with
no.
the Bergen
When did the
thing, remember?
Republicans in Congress try to impeach him?
Well, they didn't have the evidence. It came out. after he was out of office.
Okay. Well, because the
The
Republicans in
evidence-
Congress
hold
never
on.
tried to impeach Obama, Obama never did
Hold-
anything
hold
seriously
on.
wrong.
Hold
By the
on,
way,
the evidence
I'd like
didn't
to
come
clarify.
out.
I'd also like to clarify that Al Green drafted articles of impeachment against Donald Trump for him calling for the execution of these Democrats, but they just didn't go anywhere. Obviously, because the Democrats are a minority in both
Okay,
chambers.
but listen, that was fresh. This was after they didn't get. all this
Okay. So
information.
now
That's
that you've
your-
now that
until
you've
after-
learned, Jill. No, you wait a minute, Jill. Now that you've learned that a Democrat did try to draft articles of impeachment against Trump for doing this, but it obviously went nowhere because the Democrats are a minority in both chambers of Congress. Do you accept that it obviously was serious when our leader, the most powerful man alive, called for the public execution of his political opponents for no reason?
Was that a question?
Yeah, it was a question, Jill. Come on.
Oh, am I going to go? Hey, like I said, I didn't hear any articles of impeachment.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You just
Oh my
now
God!
said it. You just
Oh my
now
God!
said it.
Oh
You
my
must
God!
have
I'm
had to
just,
look it up.
dude, Jill, think with your head in a vacuum, okay? A really powerful leader trying to kill people who they disagree with. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He wasn't doing that.
Yeah, I showed you the tweets where he was like, hang 'em.
He just can't do that. He knows he just can't do it. He can wish it all day long and want it, but hey, he can want in one hand, and
Oh,
wish
okay.
in
So
the other.
what you're saying is that he would if he could. Oh.
Not without being able to stand on it. You know what I mean? Not without being legal. It has to be legal.
Wait,
it was
why?
legal-
Why? How do you know that? He was okay
Wait.
with illegally hitting the suspected narco boats in the South Caribbean Sea. He was okay with illegally raping E. Jean Carroll. He was okay with illegally barging into the dressing rooms of the naked women and girls at the beauty pageants that he
He
owned.
didn't barge. They said
sure
he
did.
He always gave it. Nope. They said, look at all the ones they said. He always was polite and gave us heads up and said, Mr. President, they said, Trump, Donald Trump's coming or whatever. He's coming and everybody would get dressed. And now you got some that want attention because their careers didn't go nowhere. Okay. So they're like, hell, let's jump on the Trump train. We need some, we want to be famous too. So, okay.
You're so delusional and wrong. I mean, you just said that the excuse for him barging into the dressing rooms was that he
never
gave them a
barged.
heads up and all of them got dressed. Okay, here's him saying that they
didn't get
weren't.
dressed in time. Some of them
Is
didn't
everyone
get-
okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay?
No, I just sit there and said not all of them got dressed in time, but they.
Oh,
evidently
okay.
they
Then he
cared.
looked at them unconsensually while they were naked.
But he gave them a heads up.
Prove it.
Well, there's, you know what? There's, look how many saying he did, and then
Also,
there's
it doesn't
couple that
matter
are
if you give him a heads
two
up.
or
It doesn't
three
matter. It
saying-
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you give him a heads up. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. If a man goes into a woman's dressing room and looks at the naked body of a woman without their consent, it doesn't matter if he told her that that was something he was going to do first.
Well,
If a
they
man
said
comes
that
up to you and says, "Oh, I'm going to rape you," there's your heads
They-
up. Then it's okay for him to rape you?
Hold on, they
No.
said
What the
he
hell?
did not go into the dressing room at all. It was right behind the scene, right behind the curtain.
Show me the testimony of one woman that said that he didn't go into the dressing rooms. Show me the testimony of one woman. One.
Hold on.
One. Just one. Just one, Jill. One. One singular woman or girl.
I'm trying
And we're
to
at
get
Miss
it. Give me a
USA and Miss
second.
Teen USA that said explicitly he did not go into the dressing rooms. Not about women who don't remember him going into the dressing rooms. Not about women who would say he would never do this because they weren't there. I'm specifically asking you for a woman that recalls Donald Trump doing whatever he described in this clip and just going backstage and not going into the dressing rooms. Somebody in the chat's trying to say that the current guest is underage. Get real. Get real. Riley, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much. Riley, let's get to it at Riley W's. It's very kind of you. Who says, can Jill say happy birthday to me? I don't know about that, but happy birthday, Riley. Appreciate you for the $20. Vivian, thank you for the $20 as well. You says, hey,